Hi, again, we are back on team management, and today talk is about motivation. I'm going to talk about, you can't talk about motivation without talking about a few theories of motivation, starting with Maslow. Maslow theories of hierarchy of needs is it's an old theory. It comes up with saying that human beings to get motivated, they need to satisfy a hierarchy of needs. We start with the very basic physiological needs. You need shelter, you need food to survive, and it goes up to safety. You have to feel safe. You have to have a shelter. You have to have some security of job. Then it goes into the love and belonging and the social issues. Then is self-esteem. You have to feel good about yourself, and finally self-actualization. That means you want to achieve your goals. You want to get somewhere in life. That's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which everybody can understand. Maybe today's world is changed a bit. There are a number of different theories. The other one is ERG theory. My colleagues would put these graphs here, which you can follow them. ERG is reducing Maslow's 5 level of hierarchy of needs into 3 levels. One is called existence, which refers to your existence, living, and physiological and safety needs, shelter, food, and so on. Then is relatedness, which is about your social and self-esteem needs. You want to have a sense of belonging, being part of a group, family, and so on. And finally, they have got growth as part of ERG, the G for growth, and that corresponds to self-actualization needs, achieving what you want in life. Very similar to, I think is more coming to current situation with people and their job, especially in developed countries. Now you can look at the ERG and Maslow's sort of 3 and 5 different sort of breakdown they have got, which it shows that existence on ERG is physiological and safety needs, relatedness is the same as social and self-esteem needs, and growth is the self-actualization. Very similar. The other one is the guy called Herzberg, and he come up with 2 factors theory, which is much more to do with our jobs and teams and work satisfaction and so on, which he comes up with saying the hygiene factor. He groups some of these needs as a hygiene factors, and say these hygiene factors, which is about working condition and physical conditions and sense of work, and if you don't improve these, they create dissatisfaction. Having them doesn't necessarily increase the level of satisfaction. And then he's got the other group which calls motivators factors, sense of achievement, recognition, salaries, advancement, personal growth, the top part of the Maslow's, like the self-esteem and actualization, or growth in the GRE one. So I'd say these are the one, if you increase the level of satisfaction there, then the motivation goes up. So with the 2-factor theory, which I prefer that one, is saying the hygiene factors are essential to be there, and if they're not there, create dissatisfaction. And the motivator factors are not the one which increase job satisfaction and motivation, and therefore performance. So there is another one, the 2 types, which is simpler. One is the extrinsic factors and intrinsic factor. The extrinsic factors are the motivators like pay, benefits, promotion. The intrinsic ones refers to satisfaction of a person getting the job done, and is much more internal sort of factors. Now, you can read books and a lot more about these theories. I'm going to leave it at this stage. I'll put a lot of notes. My colleagues would recommend some books for you to read if you really want to go into it. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into actually how you use motivation factors to inspire your team. Motivation, it doesn't just start when you put your team together to motivate them. Really, your reputation beforehand, let's say, obviously you are a team leader, you have been running other projects before, and you have a reputation out there. And that reputation itself is a motivator to join your team or not join your team. If you don't have a good reputation, people won't join your team, or they're not happy to join your team. Just motivate them with money only, that's not a good way to go about it. So performing well and being a good communicator and motivator, even from outset of the team, putting together the team, it will be motivating people to join your team or not to join your team. Now we are going to look at how you improve and inspire your team. I just grouped them these things. First is personal to the team leader, that you discover your leadership style and work on that. Definitely you have to improve your listening skills. Better you are in listening and picking up people, points, ideas, criticism, whatever they have got, that is key. Mastering your communication, not only your spoken and body language, but also creating networks and processes for the communication between the group and how they work, how they use, I don't know, social media, email. There are obviously some, we want to record some of these communication to be able to go back, so you have to have a system and use IT for that. You have to lead by example. You can't just tell people, you do it, but I don't do it. It's good for you, it's not good for me. People don't believe it, and they say, okay, he's not honest. And being honest is key. And consistent. Don't change the rule. And if you have to change the rule, better you explain why you're doing it. I call these things about you as a team leader to work on that. We're going to move to the next group, which is you keep your team connected with the company. They are not working in isolation. They have to know who they are working for, and they are rewarded for that, and somebody is looking at them and sort of appreciating their work. You clearly have to define what's your expectations from the team and each individual. Don't sugarcoat unpleasant projects. If something has to be done and it's no fun, say it. It's a hard job. And somebody has to do it. You can use performance review, so systematically and methodically you can sit down with people, write down and put in their findings, so you don't put all that into your memory, and you can discuss it with your team members. Offer training. If there is something wrong, somebody doesn't know how to do it, offer them ways of getting over that. You keep eye on the salaries. You may not be in control of the pay and things like that, but it is important that your pay is fair, and you lose people if your pay is not fair. Now, going back to for individuals, we discussed you have to create goals for them. You ask for their input. What is their input has to be. Then you can use different leverages for working with them. You have to reward creativity. You should break out of your own comfort zone if you're asking your team members to do the same. If you criticize, you have to criticize if something is not done well, but be constructive. Don't say this is not good. Say what is good, how it should have been done. And be realistic as well. It's not just asking something which is not possible to be done. And you offer a helping hand. you have to be careful there that your helping hand is always helping hand. It's not that you do the job, because then you are in trouble. That everybody comes to you and says, "Can you do this?" Your team, when they achieve something, team members, you recognize their accomplishment and their success. Individuals, group, and encourage the personal growth. Tell them if somebody can achieve more, so you can do it. You can do more than that. You can be better than this. Discuss their career aspiration. Where can they go? What's the next step? You promote people from within. Try to get, if you need more experts or whatever, try to get it within the team. Train them before going outside. And trust your team. You have to trust your team, otherwise it's really not a team. Build a rapport with your people. Get to know them really well. And show you care. Really care. Not just listening. These all come within your body language, with building a rapport, with listening exercises. Now I'm going to come to the final series of things. Be liberal with your praises. Often praise people, and you're not going to go wrong with that. Give them a break. People, on a day-to-day basis, things happen. They may make a mistake. So don't just crack at them, get angry with them. Say no tactfully. You have to say no. You have to be good in saying no. But you don't need to be harsh about it. Help your staff to achieve a work and life balance. Never let people spend late nights in the office. If you've got family, you've got children, and all, they have to get it balanced. Otherwise, the problem starts at their personal life, and that would come back to in your teamwork. So always have an eye on that. Create a place where people want to work. I mean, you've got the right environment where people love to come to work. They're looking forward to come to work. Be stingy with meetings. Don't waste. Meetings are very expensive because you have, by definition, number of people there which are not at their desk what they're supposed to do. So you've got a meeting of 5 people with yourself. That's 6 people sitting and spending an hour. That's 6 hours of work on. So long meetings, avoid them. Very specific, good agenda. These are the points. Raise them, write them. People go back to work. Get out of office. Don't spend all the time in the office. If you can take your team with you, that's even better. Be careful, recognize signs of low morale in the team or individuals. That can eat into the team. And finally, I think learn from those on the way out. I mean, people who are leaving you, or all the people in the company which have done it, the people probably know all of it. So ask them. If they are even gone, you can call them back for advice. Now, most of these things you will see, you need to communicate that with, these motivation ideas with your team. That's why the next talk is about communication, and we discuss how to improve your communication. Thank you.